Stop. Before you take one more bite of that salad, watch this. Because right now, there is a very good chance that one of the vegetables sitting in your refrigerator, a vegetable you have been eating for years, believing it is healthy, is quietly putting extra strain on your kidneys. And if you are over 60, and your doctor has mentioned anything about creatinine, kidney function, or potassium levels, this information could be the most important thing you hear this week. I am not here to frighten you. I am here to give you the truth that most health videos skip. Stay with me until the end. Because the number one vegetable people over 60 should be most careful with, it is probably already in your kitchen right now. Here is something that may surprise you. Research from Johns Hopkins University found that seniors who received proper kidney-specific dietary guidance and adjusted their vegetable intake accordingly showed up to a 45% slower rate of kidney function decline compared to those following a generic eat more vegetables approach. 45%. That is not a small number. That is nearly half the rate of decline simply from eating smarter. And this was not achieved with expensive supplements or medication. It was achieved by understanding which vegetables support kidney filtration and which ones, despite being called superfoods, quietly overload a weakened system. No pill on the market comes close to that kind of impact. Now, before I give you the list, I want to tease something important. The number one vegetable that I will reveal at the end of this video, the one most seniors are eating every single day, in soups, in sauces, in salads, is one that most nutritionists would never warn you about. It is considered anti-inflammatory. It is praised in Mediterranean diet books. It is recommended for heart health. But for someone with declining kidney function, for someone whose creatinine is already elevated, it may be doing far more harm than good. Do not skip ahead. I will explain exactly why and what to replace it with before this video ends. Before we go further, I want to ask you something. Are you over 60? Have you or someone you love recently been told that kidney numbers are not looking great? Leave a comment right now. Just type your age and the word kidneys. I read every single comment, and it helps me understand what information you need most. All right, let us get into the list. Kidney-friendly vegetable number 3. Cabbage. The first kidney-friendly vegetable I want you to know about is cabbage. Simple, affordable, and deeply underestimated. Cabbage is low in potassium, low in phosphorus, and low in sodium, 3 minerals that the kidneys must work hard to regulate. When the kidneys are already weakened, foods that are naturally low in these 3 things give the filters a chance to breathe. Think of it this way. Imagine your kidney is a postal sorting facility. When it is healthy, it can process hundreds of packages per hour. But when the equipment starts to age and slow down, you need to reduce the volume coming in, not give it even more packages to sort. Cabbage is like sending fewer packages. It reduces the burden. A study published in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases highlighted cruciferous vegetables, and cabbage in particular, as among the most consistently well-tolerated foods for patients across multiple stages of chronic kidney disease. Cabbage also contains compounds called glucosinolates. These act as natural antioxidants. They may help reduce cellular inflammation inside the kidney tissue itself, the kind of quiet, low-grade inflammation that accelerates kidney damage in older adults. I remember a patient named Robert, 68 years old, retired schoolteacher. He came to me with elevated creatinine, swelling in his ankles, and constant afternoon fatigue. He was eating what he thought was a perfect diet: kale smoothies, tomato-based soups, sweet potatoes every night. When we reviewed his food diary, his daily potassium intake was nearly 3 times what his kidneys could comfortably process. We replaced several of his high-potassium vegetables with cabbage, cauliflower, and green beans. Within 6 weeks, his creatinine had stabilized. His swelling was visibly reduced. He told me he had not felt that comfortable in 2 years. Cabbage was part of that change. Practical tip: steam or boil cabbage rather than eating it raw in large quantities. Light cooking may make it easier to digest. You can add it to soups, stir-fries, or eat it as a simple side dish with a small amount of olive oil and black pepper. Kidney-friendly vegetable number 2, cauliflower. The second kidney-friendly vegetable is cauliflower. And if you have not been eating this regularly, I want you to add it to your shopping list this week. Cauliflower is extraordinarily kidney-friendly. It is low in potassium, low in phosphorus, and contains a compound called indole-3-carbinol. Research from Stanford University's Department of Urology suggested that this compound may support the body's natural detoxification pathways, meaning it may assist the body in processing and eliminating waste products, even when kidney filtration is less efficient. Here is the analogy I use with my patients. If your kidney is a water filter that is partially clogged, cauliflower does not unclog it, but it produces less sediment. It reduces the amount of harmful material the filter has to deal with in the first place. Cauliflower is also rich in vitamin C, folate, and fiber. Fiber is especially important for kidney patients because a healthier gut means less waste that the kidneys have to process. Research shows that gut health and kidney health are deeply connected, a relationship scientists now call the gut-kidney axis. When one patient of mine, a 71-year-old woman named Patricia, began replacing mashed potatoes with mashed cauliflower 3 or 4 times a week, she noticed less bloating, more energy, and her next blood panel showed improved phosphorus levels. Her nephrologist was pleased. She told me the cauliflower mash actually tasted better than she expected. Practical tip: roast cauliflower with a little olive oil and turmeric, or steam it and mash it as a low-potassium alternative to mashed potatoes. Avoid heavy cheese sauces. The phosphorus in processed cheese adds unnecessary burden. Kidney-friendly vegetable number 1, red bell pepper. And now, the number 1 kidney-friendly vegetable I recommend for adults over 60. Red bell peppers. I know, you might have expected something more exotic. But here is why red bell peppers earn the top position. They are low in potassium. They are low in phosphorus. They contain almost no sodium. And they are extraordinarily rich in vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin B6, folic acid, and fiber, all nutrients that support overall cellular health and vascular function, including the delicate blood vessels inside the kidneys. A study from Harvard's Department of Nutrition found that antioxidant-rich vegetables, particularly those high in carotenoids like red bell peppers, were associated with significantly lower markers of oxidative stress in adults with early to moderate chronic kidney disease. Oxidative stress is one of the primary mechanisms by which kidney tissue ages and deteriorates. Here is how I explain it to patients. The tiny blood vessels inside your kidneys are like microscopic garden hoses. Over time, oxidative stress causes those hoses to stiffen, crack, and narrow. Antioxidants, like those found in red bell peppers, are like a gentle conditioning treatment that keeps those hoses more flexible, more functional, longer. Red bell peppers also contain lycopene, especially when cooked. Lycopene has been extensively studied for its protective effects on vascular tissue. One of my most memorable patients, a 74-year-old retired pharmacist named Gerald, was skeptical of dietary changes. He had spent his career in medicine and trusted pills more than food. But after 3 months of consistent dietary adjustments that included daily red bell pepper intake, his GFR, glomerular filtration rate, the key measure of kidney function, had improved by 11 points. His doctor called it unexpectedly positive. Gerald called it the pepper miracle. Practical tip: eat red bell peppers raw as a snack with hummus, or roast them lightly. Add them to egg dishes in the morning. Avoid pickling them or eating them from jars with high-sodium brine. That defeats the purpose entirely. If this information has been helpful so far, and I hope it has, please take 3 seconds to tap the like button. It tells me that this kind of detailed, evidence-based content is worth making more of. And if you know someone over 60 who is managing kidney disease or high creatinine, share this video with them. It may be the most useful thing they see this week. Now, let us talk about the 3 vegetables that people with weak kidneys need to be very careful with. Danger vegetable number 3, spinach. Spinach. I know, this one hurts. Spinach is praised everywhere. It is in every smoothie recipe, every superfood list, every anti-aging guide. And for a healthy person with strong kidneys, it may be a wonderful food. But for someone over 60 with declining kidney function, spinach carries 2 serious concerns. First, potassium. Spinach is extremely high in potassium. A single cup of cooked spinach contains nearly 840 milligrams of potassium. For someone who must stay under 2,000 milligrams per day, as many kidney patients are advised, 1 cup of cooked spinach is nearly half of their entire daily allowance. Second, oxalates. Spinach is one of the highest oxalate vegetables in existence. Oxalates bind to calcium in the body and form crystals. In a healthy kidney, these crystals are filtered and excreted in urine. But in a weakened kidney, oxalate crystals can accumulate, contributing to kidney stones and increasing the inflammatory burden on already compromised tissue. A report from the National Kidney Foundation explicitly lists spinach among the vegetables that kidney patients should limit or avoid, particularly in concentrated forms like smoothies and juices. Practical tip: if you enjoy green leafy vegetables, ask your doctor about lower oxalate, lower potassium alternatives like cabbage, bok choy, or small amounts of arugula. Danger vegetable number 2: potatoes, especially in large amounts. Potatoes are a staple food for many older adults. Comfortable, familiar, filling. But potatoes, especially white potatoes, are very high in potassium. A medium baked potato can contain over 900 milligrams of potassium. When eaten regularly as a main side dish, potatoes can push total daily potassium well past safe limits for someone with reduced kidney function. High potassium in the blood hyperkalemia is not a minor issue. Research published in the New England Journal of Medicine identified hyperkalemia as one of the leading causes of cardiac complications in chronic kidney disease patients. The heart depends on tightly controlled potassium levels to maintain its rhythm. When potassium rises too high, the electrical signals of the heartbeat can become disrupted, sometimes dangerously so. What makes this particularly dangerous is that many older adults have no obvious symptoms until potassium is already dangerously elevated. They feel a little tired, a little weak, maybe some tingling in the legs, and they assume it is just age. Practical tip: if you love potatoes, try a method called leaching. Peel, dice, and soak potatoes in warm water for several hours, then boil in fresh water. This process can reduce potassium content by 30 to 50%, though it does not eliminate it. Better yet, replace potatoes with cauliflower mash, white rice, or pasta in smaller portions as lower potassium alternatives. Warning: danger vegetable number 1: tomatoes, in concentrated or daily quantities. And here we are. The number 1 vegetable I promised to reveal. Tomatoes. I can almost hear you saying, but tomatoes are healthy. The Mediterranean diet is full of tomatoes. Studies show lycopene is good for the heart. And you are right for a healthy person. But for someone over 60 with elevated creatinine or chronic kidney disease, the daily, concentrated consumption of tomatoes can be a serious problem. And here is exactly why. Fresh tomatoes are moderately high in potassium. But when you eat tomatoes in their most common forms, as sauce, as paste, as soup, in ketchup, the concentration of potassium multiplies dramatically. A single half cup of tomato paste contains over 500 milligrams of potassium. A cup of tomato soup can contain 700 to 900 milligrams. For someone on a restricted diet, this is enormous. Many older adults do not think of tomatoes as a concern because they were never told to. They add tomato paste to cooking. They eat pasta with marinara. They make tomato-based stews. It feels nutritious and homemade. But the cumulative potassium load across a single day of tomato-rich eating can be very difficult for weakened kidneys to manage. Beyond potassium, tomatoes are also relatively high in phosphorus. And elevated phosphorus in the blood, hyperphosphatemia, is linked to accelerated bone loss, vascular calcification, and faster kidney deterioration in CKD patients. A study in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology found that phosphorus management was one of the single most impactful dietary interventions in slowing kidney disease progression in adults over 65. I want to be clear. A single fresh tomato in a salad is very different from a bowl of tomato soup every night. The risk is in the pattern, the concentration, and the frequency. Practical tip: if you use tomatoes daily in cooking, consider switching to lower potassium alternatives for your sauces and soups. Roasted red bell peppers blended into a sauce offer a similar richness and color with far less potassium burden. Speak with your dietitian about portion limits that are appropriate for your specific kidney stage. 3 daily habits for kidney support. Beyond food, I want to share 3 small daily habits that may support your kidneys over time. Habit 1. Morning hydration. Sip, don't gulp. Drink a full glass of room temperature water first thing in the morning, slowly. Hydration helps the kidneys flush metabolic waste overnight. But if you have fluid restrictions due to kidney disease, always confirm your daily water target with your doctor first. Habit 2. Reduce salt, not flavor. Excess sodium forces the kidneys to retain fluid and raises blood pressure, one of the 2 leading causes of kidney disease. Try cooking with herbs, lemon, and spices instead of added salt. Studies show that reducing sodium intake by even 1,000 milligrams per day can meaningfully lower kidney stress. Habit 3. Daily gentle movement. A 15 to 20-minute walk each morning improves circulation, including blood flow to the kidneys. Research from the University of Utah found that moderate daily walking was associated with a 21% lower risk of kidney function decline in adults over 65, independent of diet. Small steps, done consistently, that is how kidney health improves. Let me bring everything together. If you are over 60 and your kidneys need support, here is what matters most. The 3 vegetables that may help protect and support your kidneys are cabbage, cauliflower, and red bell peppers. Low in potassium, low in phosphorus, rich in antioxidants, easy to find, easy to eat, and backed by real science. The 3 vegetables that require caution for someone with high creatinine or weakened kidney function are spinach, potatoes in large amounts, and tomatoes, especially in concentrated daily form. Not because they are bad foods in general, but because for a kidney that is already under stress, they can add more burden than your body can comfortably manage right now. And I want to say this directly to you. If you have been eating these foods for years believing you were taking care of yourself, you were trying your best. You were not wrong to eat vegetables. You were simply working with incomplete information. The body after 60 is not the same as the body at 40. Your kidneys, your blood vessels, your ability to regulate minerals, all of it becomes more sensitive with age. That is not failure. That is biology. And once you understand it, you can work with it. You are not too old to improve your kidney numbers. You are not too far gone to feel better than you do today. I have seen patients in their 70s and 80s stabilize and improve their kidney function through consistent, small, intelligent dietary choices. The work starts with tomorrow's meal. Maybe it is swapping spinach in your smoothie for cabbage. Maybe it is replacing tomato sauce with a roasted red pepper alternative 3 nights a week. Maybe it is calling your doctor this week and asking for your creatinine number and GFR, and actually knowing what those numbers mean. You do not have to be perfect. You just have to begin. If this video helped you, type the word kidney in the comments below. Let it be your commitment to yourself that starting today, you will pay closer attention to what your kidneys need. And if someone you love is over 60 and managing kidney disease, please share this video with them. One conversation, one small dietary change, can make a real and lasting difference. Take care of your kidneys today, so that tomorrow you wake up lighter, stronger, and more in control of your own health.